Hey there everyone, welcome back to another Game Vault video. As always, I'm Captain Beefy with the Game Vault, and we're going to talk again about Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed Shadows. So let's cue up the music and we'll get right into it. So today, video game publisher and developer, or yesterday at this time, Ubisoft released a statement to Japanese players amidst massive backlash to the company's upcoming Assassin's Creed Shadows game. This is rich. Japanese players launched a petition at the end of June claiming the game is a serious insult to Japanese culture and history. The petition currently has almost 95,000 signatures. It's probably well over that by now. It states, recently, lack of historical accuracy and cultural respect has been a serious problem for game developer Ubisoft, which is scheduled to release Assassin's Creed Shadows. This game is based on the samurai of Japan, ignoring the fact that the samurai is the upper class of the samurai class and should be my family or a person who serves you. It adds, in fact, William Adams, Mura Prodor, the first European to receive the title of samurai, was the one who served Tokugawa Ieyasu as the flag book for 250 stoning. Not really sure what that means. But the petition then declares, in such history, Ubisoft continues to misunderstand the essence and role of samurai. This is a serious insult to Japanese culture and history and can lead to racism in Asia. It then calls on Ubisoft to stop developing the game. We call on Ubisoft to immediately discontinue the launch of Assassin's Creed Shadows and show sincere research and respect for Japanese history and culture. Well, I'm sorry to say this, but this game will not stop. Not anytime soon. It's going to get released. You know, they're not going to delay it. I don't care how much backlash we give to these guys and how much we push back against it, how much we point out is wrong about this game and for how long we've done it. I mean, since I first saw it, I called it out as just complete and utter bullshit to take this character, this human, or yeah, Yasuke lived, right? He was a man. He was a retainer. He was a sword bearer, whatever you want to call him, a servant to a samurai. But they made him the main character of the game. They made him a samurai assassin whose job it is to blend into the shadows after an assassination and disappear. You know, just like any big, tall black guy would do in Japan back in feudal times. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. And I've caught a lot of grief from this from people. You know, people really, they come at you like you're a racist about this, right? And it has nothing to do with being a racist or anything like that. I'm not a racist. You know, it's just an abomination of a story, right? It really is. It's stupid. Why would you set up this game, this highly anticipated game? Everybody's been calling for a Japanese game in the world of Assassin's Creed, calling for it for years. Everybody got excited when they heard about it. Oh my god, it's coming out. I think they were calling it Red, right? Assassin's Creed Red, before they made the full announcement of it. Oh my god, it's coming, it's finally happening. Yeah. And then we get hit with Yasuke, and then, you know, things just piled on from there. We saw the combat with the hip-hop music, which just really cheesed things up, and it was like, oh, okay, now we're really making things lame. And then we found out that Yasuke and Naori, or whatever the hell her name is, the other character, the female, of course, ninja, they're going to be gay. Oh, cool. Yeah, there's something else awesome. And they hired a consultant who specializes in monks having gay sex with young boys or something like that. That's what she's based her books on and all that. Why? It's a fucking game. It's not some weird study on sexual deviation, you freaks. This isn't inclusion. This isn't diversity, equity, and inclusion. This is perversion. And I'm sick of it in games. You don't need romance, for one thing, in an Assassin's Creed game. It's just retarded at this point. It's not necessary. It's just some stupid distraction that allows these people that have no social life and no social skills to socialize and have their little flings with pixelated people in a game because they can't talk to a real girl or a real guy in real life without just flubbing it up and give me a fucking break, you losers. Anyway, let's move on. YouTuber Shohei Kondo explained in a recent video upload why Japanese players are signing a petition and are taking issue with the game. Hey, I thought it was only white guys doing this. What? This is an actual Japanese guy doing it? First, he notes that Ubisoft is promoting the game as historical and points out in an interview that game director Charles Benoit conducted with Xbox Wire. This is a familiar setting for gamers. How does this game differentiate its take on the setting? He responded, we're at the end of the Sengoku era and a turning point of Japan history. Assassin's Creed is well known for its depiction of the history and accurate recreation of the world, and it's what players can expect with Assassin's Creed Shadows. We're showing real historical figures such as Oda Nobunaga and a lot of events that happened during that time. So you're not only playing in feudal Japan, but learning about that fantastic time period. Also, we're giving the opportunity to the players to not live just one, but two of the best fantasies of Japan, the samurai and the shinobi, he concluded. After pointing this out, he lists off a number of reasons why he and other Japanese gamers are opposing the game. We're protesting marketing DEI as historical distortion stemming from their disregard for Asians and their arrogance and discriminatory responses to protests from Japan. Basically, if you protested this, you were quote-unquote a racist, you know. And I got called all kinds of names about it. And what's the matter? It's just a black guy. What about noir? What about this? What about that? You know, it's the whataboutisms. It's trying to divert the conversation and all that. And this is the thing you got to understand. When you really can't argue with an idiot because they will beat you in the argument with their experience at being an idiot. What you can do, however, is try to keep the conversation focused and all that. Because if you do that, eventually they just break off and go, you know, or, you know, you may get frustrated, just like, you know what, just let it go. You can't talk to these people. They're stupid. They really are stupid. They're stupid, they're blind, and they'll believe anything that they're fed. You know, you give it to them on a spoon, they're going to eat it. Because they have no fucking ability to think on their own. And it's absolutely it's so sickening. I said from the beginning, you know, Yusuke was not a samurai. Here's my problem with the game, is it's obvious pandering. And it's insulting because of that. And if you don't have to be Japanese to be insulted. You don't have to be white, black, or whatever. It's insulting as a gamer, however you game, because you're looking at a product that is being given to you with an agenda behind it that makes no sense. It's feudal Japan. There was one black guy there. Why is he the fucking lead guy? It's so stupid. And nobody can make a good argument. Well, he was this, he was that. He was a samurai. You don't know he wasn't a samurai. Yeah, I do. There's no historical document stating he was a samurai. You had an asshole named Thomas Lockley who wrote a book about it, and they made some kind of anime about it or something like that. It doesn't make it fact. I could write a book tomorrow talking about how George Washington was a vampire. You know, and status fact, I could go edit it on the Wikipedia like Thomas Lockley was doing, or you know, and try to push for these things. What the hell, man? It doesn't make it. It doesn't matter. It's not the truth. And the one guy that told me on there in the comments, he's like, "Well, it doesn't say he wasn't." Yeah, it doesn't have to say he wasn't. You know, when people talk about me in the future, they don't have to say that I wasn't an astronaut because I wasn't. You know, if somebody wanted to say I was, then they'd have to prove it. You know, it's utterly ridiculous. I'm so over this. I can't wait for this game to come out and shit the bed. I really can't. You know, Ubisoft stocks are down. They've got Star Wars coming out soon, and that's going to be a huge disappointment to them. And I hope Assassin's Creed Shadows is a huge disappointment. I hope their sales in Japan and the West tank. You know, if you don't like this crap, if you don't like these studios crapping all over you, don't buy the games, man. Don't pre-order. Don't buy the games. Don't even buy them when they go on sale 2 months later. You know, Ubisoft's well known for their games going on sale pretty quick. If you feel like you have to play this game, it'll be on Game Pass within a few months probably. And it'll probably be on PlayStation Plus a couple months after that, to be honest with you. Or maybe even on that Ubisoft, what's it called? Ubisoft Connect or whatever it is. Ubisoft Plus. It'll end up on there eventually. You'll be able to play it for free if you absolutely have to. But don't give this company a penny of your money. Their stocks are already down. Hopefully they'll continue to drop. People are going to lose their jobs here. And somebody criticized me for wanting people to lose their jobs. I don't want people to lose their jobs, but people deserve to lose their jobs when they put out garbage like this. The people that decided to make Yusuke a black character and decided to go with DEI based garbage instead of just putting out a good game and wasting resources and time on it, those people deserve to be fired. The guy that stole the flag design and all that, he deserves to be fired. All these idiots involved in this kind of stuff, they deserve to be fired. And there's going to be good people that lose their jobs too, and those are the ones I feel bad for. And you good people out there, if you lose your job because of this, remember why. Remember the assholes that cost you your job and blackball them from the industry. If you ever are working somewhere, say, hey, this guy said he used to work with you, and you remember, yeah, don't hire him. He's a cancer, Just remember that. Go out, make your own studios, or get involved with other people that don't want to put out this garbage and just want to put out good games. Make good games, and the money will follow. I'll link this in the description below, but it's an absolute mess, this whole situation here. The government's getting involved and all that. Now, I'm going to pull up the actual apology itself, and we'll take a look at it together. Alright, so here is the message for the Japanese community from Assassin's Creed. Let's look at this together. To our esteemed Japanese community, a message from the Assassin's Creed Shadows development team. First, we want to express our heartfelt thanks for all your support for the Assassin's Creed series, which now has its own history spanning almost 20 years. Over this time, we've explored various settings, time periods, and characters from an assassin during the Third Crusade to a Viking in 9th century England and countless more. For many of our team, creating an Assassin's Creed game set in feudal Japan has been a long-cherished dream. Since the announcement of Assassin's Creed Shadows, we've received many positive reactions, but also some criticism, including from you, our Japanese players. We share your passion for history and deeply respect your care for the historical and cultural integrity of your rich heritage. We would like to address a few points to clarify our intentions and creative decisions. So this is how it starts. This is the word salad begins. You've received many positive reactions. I'm sure there were some. Some people like it. I mean, the game looks pretty damn good. I will give it that, Is it top of the line? No, but it looks pretty damn good. Some criticism. I think you've received a lot of criticism. A lot more than you guys are willing to admit. In fact, you'll never admit how much criticism you've received. But anytime I go to anything posted by Ubisoft or Assassin's Creed, whatever, regarding this trash fire of a game, it's always full of horrible comments because people don't want it. They're turning it back. They're rejecting this kind of thing, and with good reason. We share your passion for history and deeply respect your care. No, you don't. There were so many things listed that were wrong with the game right off the bat, from building designs to words being printed in Chinese instead of Japanese, the fact that you're using a fake samurai and calling him a real samurai, and they called him a real samurai. They even said that in one of the showcases for the game when they first put out the trailer and all that. They talked about his journey into becoming a samurai. This was all treated as fact when it never was fact. And, we've been catching so much hell this whole time, those of us who pushed back against this lie, and now all of a sudden they're admitting it's a lie, and they're expecting everybody to be like, oh, okay, well, that's all, it's just a... Now, fuck you. All right? Fuck you for trying to make a liar out of me and trying to pass this shit off, and, yeah, no, I don't think so, guys. All right, let's look at this. Overall authenticity efforts. We have put significant effort into ensuring an immersive and respectful representation of feudal Japan. Yeah, nothing's more immersive than running around killing Asian people with a big black guy with a club and calling him a samurai. I mean, you may as well have set this in modern-day California with all the attacks, or New York that were going on there recently. It's kind of like that. This Assassin's Creed New York City. That's what this should be. It would be perfect. However, our intention has never been to present any of our Assassin's Creed games, including Assassin's Creed Shadows, as factual representations of history or historical characters. Instead, we aim to spark curiosity and encourage players to explore and learn more about the historical settings we get inspired by. Hold on a minute. All right, let's go back to the article we just read. And Benoit, what was he saying? He responded, we're at the end of the Sengoku era and a turning point of Japan history. Assassin's Creed is well known for its depiction of the history and accurate recreation of the world, and it's what players can expect with Assassin's Creed Shadows. We're showing real historical figures such as Oda, Nobunaga, and a lot of events that happened during that time. So you're not only playing in feudal Japan, but learning about this fantastic time period. However, it's never been our intention to present any of these Assassin's Creed games, including Shadows, as factual representations of history or historical characters. That just goes against what's said there. I mean, you guys don't even... Left hand doesn't know what the right hand is saying. You know, this is ridiculous, man. You guys are full of it. God, man. The more you get exposed and the more you come out, the better it is. And I know those lefty scumbags like Alyssa Mercante are out there crying that you were forced to apologize. You don't have to apologize. There's no apology you could make that would get my money out of my pocket and put it into yours at this point. You know, absolutely none. I'm the kind of guy that once I'm done, you know? It's like the cheating girlfriend, right? You cheat on me, I'm out. I'll see you later. Never again, bro. Ubisoft, you won't touch another dollar of mine. Assassin's Creed Shadows is first and foremost designed to be an entertaining video game that tells a compelling historical fiction set in feudal Japan. Our team extensively collaborated with external consultants, historians, researchers, and internal teams at Ubisoft Japan to inform our creative choices. Well, it sounds like you worked with a bunch of frauds. I know that one historian that you mentioned, he was a fraud from what I hear. A lot of BS. He's part of like some kind of cultural left-wing development thing that's trying to bring more I don't know, just absolute nonsense with these guys. We'll have to look into that. Despite these sustained efforts, we acknowledge that some elements in our promotional materials have caused concern within the Japanese community. For this, we sincerely apologize. I'm tired of apologies, man. It seems like every month we're seeing one of these come out about something. You know, we saw the community from Gollum. We saw it come from Cyberpunk's team. We saw, you know, it's all the time. Oh, we're great. Oh, we strove for the best. Oh, we tried. We tried. Please forgive us. Oh, we're sorry. We didn't mean that. You know what? If you mean it, stand by it. I wouldn't like you, but I'd respect you. I wouldn't like what you were standing for, but I'd respect you for standing up for it. You know, I'll stand up for the things I say. People come at me hard sometimes. I'm like, I said what I said, bro. You don't like it? Go somewhere else. I really don't care. Your opinion doesn't mean anything to me. But anyway, all game footage presented so far is in development, and the game will keep evolving until launch. That means, oops, we screwed up and stole some designs. We're going to have to change those before launch. Based on the constructive criticism we have received, we will continue our efforts until we put this game into your hands and beyond. Well, that's going to be a long time, because it ain't going into my hands. Nothing will put this game in my hands. You can send me a free copy. That wouldn't happen. We also want to clarify that while we have been consulting with many people throughout the development process, they are in no way responsible for the decisions that are taken by the creative teams in the interests of gameplay and entertainment. What? So, why are you consulting with people if they are in no way responsible for decisions and all that? I mean, what's the point of consulting with them if you're not taking their opinions and their thoughts and all that and implementing them in the game? It's a waste of money and time. I mean, what is that? What does that even mean? This makes no sense to me. Consequently, we respectfully request that any criticism not be directed at our collaborators. Oh, both internal and external. Okay, you just don't want people to be mad at those liars that you consulted with and that, you know, started passing all this stuff off. You're trying to protect Lockley and guys like him, I guess. Got it. Now, creative liberties and historical inspirations. While we strive for authenticity in everything that we do, Assassin's Creed games are works of fiction inspired by real historical events and figures. Let's do a hard stop here. Yeah, we know that. Okay? We know a video game is a work of fiction. Even if it represents a real time and a real character and all that, it's obvious that it is a work of fiction. That argument just aggravates me because people are like, well, you do realize it's not real history. It's like, yeah, you fucking moron. I realize that. I'm not you. I'm not stupid. I can think. Okay? You're not listening to the problem here. And the problem is DEI in games and how it has ruined games. How it has made games worse. It's made movies worse. It's made TV worse. Everything DEI touches, it turns it into shit. And that's been proven time and time again. You can go all the way back to Ghostbusters with the female Ghostbusters and what an abortion that was at the box office, up to the recent Star Wars crap that they're just vomiting out. Look at the state of the MCU, the greatest movie franchise of all time just a few years ago. Now it's in the toilet and they're putting out garbage like She-Hulk and all this other shit that nobody cares about. You know, they can't make back their budgets, let alone make a profit anymore. The Disney is just, the subscription service is dropping off. I mean, it's just horrible. Even The Boys took a crap this year. It's just absolute garbage everywhere. And it has to be fought back against. But anyway, from its inception, the series has taken creative license and incorporated fantasy elements to craft engaging and immersive experiences. The representation of Yasuke in our game is an illustration of this. His unique and mysterious life made him an ideal candidate to tell an Assassin's Creed story with the setting of feudal Japan as a backdrop. While Yasuke is depicted as a samurai in Assassin's Creed Shadows, we acknowledge that this is a matter of debate and discussion. We have woven this carefully into our narrative, and with our other lead character, the Japanese shinobi Naoi, who is equally important in the game, our dual protagonists provide players with different gameplay styles. So, you could have said that from the beginning. You know, you insisted he was a samurai. You said it in the presentation and all that. We're tracking his journey into becoming a samurai. Blah, blah, blah. You know, all this controversy around there and all that. And now you're forced because the truth is out there and you can't hide behind the lies of Thomas Lockley and other people that are carrying water for you. Now you're forced to admit this. Okay? And all you punks out there who wanted to come at me with, no, he was a samurai and all that. Here's the creators of the game admitting it themselves that he wasn't. So, you know, print this up, fold it up really small, and shove it up your ass. Okay, guys? We greatly value your feedback and encourage you to continue sharing your thoughts respectfully. While we understand that meeting everyone's expectation is very difficult, we sincerely hope that when Assassin's Creed Shadows launches on November 15th, players in Japan and around the world will appreciate the dedication, effort, and passion that we have poured into it. The Assassin's Creed Shadows development team. Well, if you guys are watching right now, I hope you fail and fail miserably, and I hope your studio gets hammered, torn apart, and cast to the four winds. People lose their jobs, other people get moved to different areas and all that, and you all suffer the consequences of what you've done here because you've put out a garbage game. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of DEI in games. You know, I've seen what works at Ubisoft. It's just a bunch of 30-year-old white women with no children and a bunch of cats at home. It's an absolute shit show. Women don't know what men want in games. Don't let them make games anymore. Let them do something else. You know, let's get the guys back in there and not these little queer neckbeards running around drinking soy lattes and stuff like that. Let's get some real guys in there. Guys that appreciate history, guys that appreciate combat, guys that like good, fun games and all that like we used to have. Not this shit show that we're playing with these days. It's absolute nonsense. Anyway, leave a like on the video down below. This was a hell of a rant today. I apologize, but whatever. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that bell for notifications, and I will see you guys next time. Until then, peace.